Leo, Teremoto, Santa Cruz.
I'm going to put a link to this video right down in the description box because there's no reason why this video shouldn't have as many views as it does.
Bueno, muy buenas tardes a todos.
But listen to this. We're going to talk. Read the title.
I'm not that good at talking, as you guys all know. I don't really talk that much or stuff, but I want to take this time to thank all the people that God has helped me and got me to this place right now, like to be at this level. Further, I want to thank all the fans. I want to thank all the media, the reporters, all the writers that helped me. I want to thank my family, my dad, my mom, my brothers, my sister, and my girlfriend, because they have been there for me, helping me since I was a nobody. And I want to thank Showtime, and Stiverne Espinosa, Golden Boy, the whole Golden Boy team, whole all Haymon team, and my whole team that has been helping me there run, and when I go running, and everybody. And I know I'm forgetting a lot of people, but right now I'm just nervous and I can't think so. But I say the last word, I mean the best for last. I want to thank my manager, Haymon. He's not only there for me as a manager, but
thank you, Haymon.
He's always been there for me like a family. He has helped me in everything I needed. There's no day that he tells me no. The only time he tells me no is when I want to pay something back or something. He tells me no.
You want to fight Leo Santa Cruz? No.
I tell you.
I mean, you want to fight Rigondeaux? No.
But for anything else, for tickets anything, he always told me yes. So I was very happy with him, and I was thinking about. I had never heard that there was been an award for manager of the year or manager of all time. So if I was doing that, I'll give him an award for being the best manager that there is, because he doesn't help out his as a business. He helps him as a family, and he's helped me so much that I have no other way than to thank him.
You know that Leo Santa Cruz named his newborn after Haymon, so I think it's like Al Santa Cruz Haymon. I mean, it's like, yeah, Al Santa Cruz Haymon or something. I don't know. I'm just joking, but he did name his son after Al Haymon. You know, the sad thing is, I like Leo Santa Cruz, and another sad thing is, I actually gave him a chance to defeat Guillermo Rigondeaux, because Rigondeaux hit the canvas, you know, a lot of times when he should. And if that fight's in Vegas, he hits the canvas, you know. If Leo can get him on the canvas 3 times, which is possible, even if they're fluke knockdowns, you know, those cards can go to Leo. I just leave it at that. But if you don't know, Al Haymon has purchased Leo Santa Cruz contract from Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions. So a fighter who we thought just a week ago was a Golden Boy fighter, and Oscar De La Hoya, his promoter, was pursuing a fight with WBA Super World and WBO Ring Magazine champion Guillermo Rigondeaux. Al Haymon purchases the contract of Leo Santa Cruz from Golden Boy for an undisclosed amount of money. And voila, that deal is just done. So it looks as though Al Haymon and Leo Santa Cruz is very close. It looks as though if Leo Santa Cruz loses, it's going to be on Al Haymon watch. It looks as though Leo Santa Cruz does not want to fight, or his team or manager team or whatever, everyone involved around him does not want him to fight Guillermo Rigondeaux. Why? Maybe Al Haymon wants it on his watch. Maybe Al Haymon plans on signing up Rigondeaux. And you know what? We've talked about that before in the past. Guillermo Rigondeaux is the type of fighter that would do well with Al Haymon. Now I know Al Haymon is a you just don't know what they got. You just don't know what his plan is. We're starting to see little glimpses of it. But if I was to think to myself right now, the fighters that we thought that he cared so tremendously for, you know, it seems as though he has been putting them in tough fights, or he's got them in tough fights now, and plans on having them in tough fights. Why? Because when you got NBC fights, you have to put on good fights, and also you have to put on exciting fights. So I'm really thinking to myself that maybe, you know, if he signs up a Guillermo Rigondeaux, you know, Rigondeaux versus Leo Santa Cruz on national television would tremendously help Rigondeaux. You know, but putting him on network television, you know, I mean, I'm putting him on cable, you know, I just don't know, you know. So I'm trying to look at it from a business sense, But at the same time, you know, fans, we need to see him versus Rigondeaux, because it's got to a point right now, I don't even know what he's going to say when he has his next interview for anything, because that's the first thing that's going to happen. Like, well, what happened with the Rigondeaux? Oscar De La Hoya wanted Rigondeaux, and you ain't fight Rigondeaux. Who you going to fight? And, you know, looking at judging by his last 3 opponents is just a goddamn shame. You know, Manuel Roman sparring partner, Jesus Ruiz, and it was somebody else, Maharis, I believe it was. But it's just not enough. You know, don't do it. Oh, I thought he was, you know, down there. Because he will do it right during the video. Watching you. Anyway, but listen. It's just that I feel that, you know, he does owe the fans to an extent. And I've heard a lot of boxers recently say that, you know, and it's a shame, like, well, we don't owe the fans anything. You know, and I understand, you know, getting in there each time, you're risking your life. But at the same time, if you're a world champion or you're pursuing a world championship, then it's like, yo, fight the other guys out there. How are you really considering yourself a champion if there's other people out there saying that other people can beat you? You know, like back in the 70s and 80s, you know, and Sugar Ray Leonard and Hearns and all them guys would tell you that if there was another guy out there that people said was better than me, or they thought he can beat me, I would say, listen, I want him. I want to go fight him. Where is that? You know, how can Leo Santa Cruz just keep, like, you know, like letting this Rigondeaux thing go on? For a minute, I even fell for it. I thought that, yes, you know, Leo Santa Cruz is with Golden Boy, you know, and then I hear Golden Boy, I hear Oscar is just, you know, all in the media talking about he's going to get Rigondeaux next. I'm like, yes, we're finally going to get a chance. And then Al Haymon comes down from the rafters like Sting with his bat. Start fighting off, you know, grab Leo, just go right back up, you know. T-Street controversy. I really do think Al Haymon just be up there in the rafters, just looking down on the fights. Up there with his hardest on. Where like if Mayweather was to get knocked out or Santa Cruz, he'd just come down like you know, just start with a rubber bat, just start smacking everybody. Anyway. T-Street Controversy Live.